Hello everyone, this is my 2007 CBR600rr. I just picked it up a few days ago, so I thought I would kind of do a little overview of what I've kind of found about the bike so far, and kind of the mods that are on it, and what I kind of plan to do to it. So I guess I'll kind of start off with what's on the bike, and then I'll kind of talk about how I like it so far. So the first thing that I'll go over is the Puig windscreen for the 600rr. It's kind of got the double bubble profile to it, which at high speeds kind of takes the wind and shoves it over your head, and so you don't have to worry about that on the freeway too much. I bought this bike used, so everything that's on the bike right now came with it. So some of the stuff I'm going to plan to replace, but I think I'll keep that. The next thing is it has flush-mounted LED turn signals that are smoked. I like them, but one of the issues is that when you have people coming from the front, or if you're sitting in traffic and the car behind looks back, when you want to pass them, sometimes they can't quite see the LED light. I'll show that later, but I like the look. And then the other thing is that this panel here is silver. You can kind of see that the plasti dip is wearing off, but the previous owner plasti dipped this silver panel black, which I think looks 10 times better because it makes the whole bike black. And then moving back to the rear pegs, these were actually silver originally too. The dealership did this for me. I didn't even ask them to do that. They thought it would look better, and I guess I agree. I like the look a lot better. It was the peg, all of this, the lever, actually the brake levers as well were silver, and they made them black, and the passenger pegs. Now, the other modification is the Yoshimura pipe, the RS5. It's not. It sounds loud when you're on the bike, but when you're driving away, you can't. It's not so loud that like it annoys your neighbors when you start it up in the morning. Another mod that has been done is the license plate is down there, which is one of the things I want to change. Because you can't really see it very well, and also because you kind of look closely, it's rubbing on the suspension whenever you go over a big bump. So I kind of want to move that because I don't really want it to hit the suspension. And then probably the coolest mod that I think is this rear tail light. Here, I'll quickly show it to you. Put the turn signal on. You can kind of see that there's that, it's integrated, so you got the brake light and the turn light in one, which I think is pretty damn cool. So that's basically all the stuff that's on the bike that, at least that I know of right now. But so as a bike, the 600 is so much fun. It's really, really light. It's really flickable. This year, the 2007 to 2008 CBR actually has more power than the later models, like the 2008 and onwards, just because of the emissions standards were changed in 2009. So they had to kind of tune the bike a little bit differently to get the emissions down. But these 2 years of CBR, the 2007 and 2008, actually make more horsepower than even the newest CBR. So I think that's pretty damn cool. More power is always good. I haven't done a power commander for this bike yet, so I don't think I need to because it's just a slip-on. But I'm going to upgrade to a full Akrapovic exhaust eventually, and I'll need to do that then. So just commuting on the freeway, you can get it up in 7th gear or 6th gear and just sit there, and it'll be about 7,000 RPM, a little bit lower than that, and so that's pretty good. You don't get any vibrations through the bars, so that's a positive. But yeah, so I guess I'll start it up. I'll show you the exhaust note. So we'll start up process here. And then we'll go back towards the to the exhaust. Don't worry, I'm not cold revving it. The bike is 157 degrees Fahrenheit, the engine right now. And for all you metric people out there, you can actually, one of the cool things that I found about the CBR, I was playing around, you can actually, by pressing these buttons, you can change it from miles per hour to, here we go, let's see, to kilometers an hour. And you can also change the temperature down here to Celsius too, but I'm gonna stick with my miles per hour and my Fahrenheit for now. But I thought that was kind of badass that you could change that. Yeah, and then I guess the other, it's not really a modification, but the other thing I have is a California Superbike School brake reservoir cover. I just did the Superbike School actually 2 days ago, and I used their S1000rrs, their BMWs, and they had the same tire as these Dunlop Q3s, and holy shit, those bikes are fast. And those tires, like, I haven't pushed these tires to the limits yet on the street, because obviously I'm on the street. It's a nice thick old chicken strip the size of my finger here. But on the track, on the S1000s, you can get those bikes all the way over to the edge, like, and you'd be going pretty fast, and these tires can hold on so well. And these are just street tires, so I have them on here, and so hopefully when I get to the track later in the summer, hopefully that'll work out. These tires will hold, and I'm pretty confident in them. Yeah, but other than that, this is my CBR600, and hell, I'll probably change some stuff up on it. I'll probably put the new exhaust on. I'll show you guys that. Oh, and then one other thing that I've kind of found is that there's this annoying rattle I find between 4,000 or 3,000 and 4,000 RPM, and I've been reading online that it's not the cam chain tensioner, because that would happen at all different RPMs. I've heard it's either this light right here vibrating, or the other thing that I think it might be is this what's it called? The license plate. But I'll see if I can get that and show you guys that noise, because if anyone out there knows what it is, that would be awesome to leave that in the comments. So you just, where is it? It is right here. It sounds like it's coming from the front, so I think it's this light right here, but I can't be quite sure. But I'll try some of the methods that people have used online on that, and if it stops happening, then it was the light, but if it doesn't, then I'll see what else I can do. But yeah, overall, CBR600, great bike, really smooth. I think it would be a great bike for anyone, so let me know if anyone else has a CBR600 and if there's anything that they want me to cover, any prospective buyers. But yeah, I'm just going to do a quick drive-by so you can hear the exhaust. So anyway, this is the issue that I guess I have with these flush-mounted blinkers. Is on the side you can see them great, and they look great on the bike, like smooth and flush, and you don't have any other like the lines look nice. But as you come around the front, say you're sitting behind a car in traffic and you want to pull out to the left or to the right of it, where you can't see it. And I guess the issue is that I don't want like a car looking at its in its mirror think, oh, he's not going to come around me, or he's not turning left or right or something, and then just pulls out in front of me. So I'm probably going to end up changing that. I don't know what I'm going to do. I like the look of it, so I might keep them, but I might find, I've seen some like LED strips that you can put like right underneath the lights here that you can then hook up, so then you'll have a nice like LED bar for when you're turning, so people can see that from the front, and then it doesn't compromise the looks of the flush mount, which is what I really like. So I'll get on the bike and I'll kind of talk about the ergonomics of the bike. Okay, so one thing about the CBR is that it has clip-on handlebars like most sports bikes do, but the one thing that Honda did, because they kind of recognized that not everyone takes these bikes to the track, is that they lifted the clip-ons up 10 millimeters, so 1 centimeter, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, it kind of makes that rider triangle a little bit more forgiving on the streets. But you can still, trust me, it's still a very good track weapon. The other thing is that I'm 5'9", 5'10", and I can basically flat foot the bike, so that's pretty damn good too. So short riders out there, this might be one of the best bikes for you. Let's see what else. The kickstand is kind of hard to find. It kind of took me a while to figure out how to get it. You kind of have to like, because you can't really see where the little knob thing on on it is, but that's just small. These are just small things that really don't matter in the grand scheme of everything. But that's that. Now this is my first 600. Before this, I had I had this bike right here. I had a 1970s Honda CB400, so made about 37 horsepower. So basically a little bit more than the modern day 250s make. So this is my first 600, and trust me, like, this bike is so easy to ride. I mean, I probably wouldn't recommend it to a newbie, but I think as like, if you learn to ride for like a month or two on a 250 just to get kind of clutch control and throttle control down, moving to this would be absolutely no problem. This thing is, it's a pussycat. And I as I said, I went to the California Superbike School, and so getting on a leader bike a week after have only riding my 600 for the first time, hell, the leader bike's a pussycat too. Like you don't have, the hardest thing about a 600 or a leader bike is just being disciplined enough not to just, like rip the throttle open. But yeah, no, I love the bike. On the freeway, the wind protection, as I said, is really good. It does. I think the best part about it is, well, this windscreen that came with the bike for me, the Puig Racing windscreens, really helps with the new aerodynamic kind of flow. I've heard from some of my friends who have CBRs that the original screen kind of takes the wind and shoves it right in your chest. But I could be wrong. I've never ridden it with the regular screen. Now, on the performance side, 0 to 60, you can get in the 3s with this. Quarter mile 11s is what I've seen. Some, if you're really good, and possibly high 10s. But yeah, no, I think this bike's great for basically anything. It's because it's got those slightly raised clip-ons, so it's a little bit more comfortable than like an R6. Because I test rode an R6 and I love the looks of it, but it was a little too of an aggressive speeding position for me, because I don't spend every day at the track. So I thought CBR is a good compromise, but you're not really compromising with a CBR because it's still performance oriented, because this engine right here is the sole engine supplier for the Moto 2 category, and that's all. That's the step below MotoGP for you people that don't know that. But no, it's the sole engine for that. Every bike there uses that engine. So I mean, obviously there's some upgrades on the inside to make more power and everything, but everyone gets the same CBR600 engine. So, I mean, it's a damn good engine if the race categories use it for the World Championships. Yeah, but the other thing that would like to talk about is like with the shifting. It's super smooth. I mean, obviously it depends from bike to bike because some people abuse the hell out of their bikes before they sell them, and then you might buy a dud. But this bike, it's got 13,000 miles on it, and it shifts like brand new. Just like slots right into gear. You don't have any issues. And the brakes, they're not Brembo or anything, but hell, these brakes will stop you dead fast. I think there's two brake discs in the front, one on each side, so it has plenty of stopping power. But overall, the one other thing I'd like to change would be adding some stainless steel brake lines, but I'll get around to that.